Hello, this is Lynn, and I'm speaking to Peter Wakefield today.
Hello.
And we are talking about the chart of Will Smith, the actor, the film actor and rap artist. And Will was born on the 25th of September in 1968 in Philadelphia at 1:46 a.m. And we're working from a chart of 0 degrees 46 minutes Leo rising and a midheaven of 16 Aries. Will has 4 planets in Virgo: Mars, Jupiter, Uranus and Pluto. In equal house terms, that's his second house. That would show somebody who lays great emphasis on working hard, working diligently for financial gain. The interesting thing about this chart we've noted is his moon's in Scorpio, in his 4th house. But the very interesting thing about the chart is the fact that Saturn is retrograde in Aries as a singleton, isn't it, Peter?
It certainly is. And whenever Saturn is a singleton, especially when it's retrograde, we find that the person is very laid back. If you think of pressure being Saturn when it's direct,
and stress
and responsibility and the pressure that goes with that, when that is retrograde, it means the opposite. So the person is very laid back.
Saturn in Aries, without being retrograde necessarily, often depicts people who won't or can't assert themselves. It's too much trouble because Aries is very assertive.
Right.
So Saturn blocks that self-assertion. So what you're saying fits because Libra he's Libran sun, obviously, and Libra is very laid back.
Yeah, self-assertion, of course, is Aries. So yes, I agree with that. A symbol for Saturn retrograde in Aries would be Jamaica. Where everything is, laid back, no pressure, chill out, take things easy. So a symbol for Saturn retrograde would be Jamaica, but also the confines, when Saturn is retrograde in Aries in the 10th, which Will has, the confines of the straight and narrow.
In the Placidus system, in the equal house, it's in the 9th house.
Okay, the confines, which is Saturn, of the straight and narrow, which is Aries, and working within the law, Sun in Libra, are tested, Virgo, by the runaway success, which is Aries in the 9th and 10th, and reputation, Aries in the midheaven, from his professional exploits and actions. So that would be Saturn in Aries in the midheaven. So the confines of the straight and narrow and working within the law are tested by the runaway success.
Yeah, because Saturn retrograde, as you were saying before, often refuses or refutes authority or the teacher.
Yes.
It doesn't like to learn anything. And in Aries, which is very much a law unto itself, very, very raw about responsibility, Saturn retrograde here would suggest the hard knocks that make responsibility and the learning of responsibility and the taking of responsibility necessary and serious.
I think that this chart...
So that Saturn is a make or break in that. Either he'd work with that Saturn or be broken by that Saturn. And what we can see, obviously, is that he's worked with it. And the benefits of Saturn, which is often misunderstood, but the benefits at the other side of Saturn's tests are very great. And he's won those benefits because he is very successful.
I was just about to say, Lynn, the test in this chart for Will in this life, the test is to set himself boundaries within the law. The compulsion to rush headlong has to be tempered because that's Aries, of course.
Well, all the planets are in the 2nd, 3rd and 4th houses. His moon in the 4th house, Scorpio, shows somebody very private and very prone to keeping his misery to himself. Libra is very full of largesse and bonhomie, as we know.
Quite silky, yeah.
Yeah, it is very urbane, isn't it? And so the 2nd and the 3rd houses are about working for personal prestige as well as for personal advancement. And the fourth house Neptune with the moon Scorpio shows that we're overcoming a certain feeling of despair at certain times.
I think, yes, I agree. I think that Uranus in Virgo in the third, he could teach about the film industry.
Well, he's just famously been quoted for saying that Hollywood can no longer get away with making really bad films. It's got to look at the quality of the films it makes because it's been turning out some crap.
Now, doesn't that sound like Virgo?
Yes, it sounds like Virgo.
About scrutinising.
And a teacher.
Yeah, about
somebody who would like to teach and awaken people into an awareness of things which the responsibility that comes with being in the limelight or controlling the media in some way.
The Virgoan in Will would be the scrutinisation of the film industry, which would be Mars in Virgo and also Uranus in Virgo.
Well, Uranus and Pluto conjunct, and especially in Virgo, show a revolution. They show somebody who comes incarnates in a certain era to be part of a revolution and to revolutionise and be revolutionised in whatever that house represents. So in the second house, we see a revolution in the way he earns money. Now, it's almost rags to riches, or riches to rags. But with the Jupiter present in this, it makes it a stellium of Pluto, Uranus and Jupiter. So what we see is there's great benefit. So the revolution he's held within his earning power has brought him great benefit and remuneration.
Very much so. And I'd like to give a symbol here, Lynn. Jupiter and Uranus in the third, in Virgo, because it's a conjunction, the big picture.
Yeah, that's a great symbol.
The big picture.
That's a great
under scrutiny, which is Virgo.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, he does produce, does he? Does he not produce? If he doesn't, he soon will. I think he soon will, because there's a 30, 60, 90. Yeah, the thing is, though, there's a square from Mars in Virgo, which is very thorough and drives itself and wants perfection. But there's a square to that Neptune in Scorpio, so he gets very disheartened very easily. That's something that will have been dealt with in 2013, 14, into 15 by that Saturn transit through Scorpio, which says to people, get tough or go under regarding the challenges you're facing.
Well, of course, the Sun in Virgo would make him hold back because it's a very modest.
Well, he's got the Sun in Libra.
Yes, he's very
Mars in Virgo.
Yeah, he's modest. Virgo would give self-preservation and being sexually conservative and reserved socially. So perhaps he does need a boost of confidence.
Well, the Leo rising is only just into Leo, 1 degree Leo. But Leo rising people incarnate needing to shine and needing more applause. So with the Libra sun and the Leo rising, he's going to be fairly extrovert when needed, and I'm a bit queasy about the categories of extrovert and introvert, because what I think is that people can be both. So whilst he wants appreciation this time round, and he wants more of the limelight and to have his own adoration, I think he's becoming quite choosy about the way that he will get that. I mean, Mercury and Venus are opposing this Saturn singleton. So Mercury sits on Venus in his Libra in the third house. So that's where his charm comes from. I think he's a very charming and a very gregarious person.
But he holds back on his vision, which is that Saturn opposing the Venus.
Yeah.
So perhaps he needs a partnership, a Libra, somebody who can whip him into action, because that retrograde Saturn is very...
Well, he'll have a partner, I presume, won't he? I think he has.
I think, yes.
And children.
Yes. But he needs whipping into action, because that Saturn retrograde is too laid back.
Yeah, a Libra is very laid back altogether. But these planets in Virgo, I feel, overtake it, because planets in Virgo are very diligent and industrious. And look at his Mars in Virgo. here at 2 degrees. The only thing is this fairly wide square to Neptune, but that will deplete him. So he'll probably get depleted by overwork rather than the opposite.
Of course, he likes the success, but what Virgo doesn't like necessarily is the limelight.
Yeah,
it has a simplicity.
But this is what I mean about being able to switch on the extroversion. What got him to fame was the Prince of Bel-Air, wasn't it? I think, if I'm right.
Yeah.
which mirrored
Fresh
or was
Prince.
biographical of his earlier days in Philadelphia as a boy.
Virgo, again, coming back to that, it gives a simplicity and purity of life.
It does, simplicity.
It's an uncomplicated virtue,
and
a
I
natural
think
thing.
It is, and I think you've got a person with simplicity, with style, simplicity, modesty, but a great deal of radiance in their character, in their personality.
Yes, definitely.
And I mean, we were talking before about some of the stuff he's done, which is Men in Black, isn't it? Wild Wild West.
The Wild Wild West. What's interesting about that title, then, is it denotes Earth in Aries. The Earth
in Aries
is always opposite. Esoterically, it's always opposite to the Sun in the natal chart. So Sun in Libra means that the Earth is in Aries.
Because he's also got the North Node in Aries, which is very go-getting and very pioneering and very innovative.
And a symbol for that Earth would be the Wild Wild West, because it rules cowboys.
Yeah. Interesting.
And of course, the wildness, the fire sign, Aries, and the Earth itself. I love the symbols that you can glean from charts.
Yes, I know. Esoteric astrology
very
is
illuminating.
very much about symbols. See, Sun in Libra is at its 4. Even though most Sun Libran people I know, if they're successful at all, they're usually highly successful. But the Sun in Libra is at its 4, which is interesting.
Well,
because
what that means to me, sorry to interrupt,
right.
the Sun in Libra, or Libra, the individuality blends into other things. They like to blend or mix.
They do. They like the harmony. They like to blend within other people and a group.
That's right.
They're very group oriented.
So that fall, the sun, the egotism which the Sun usually gives, is blended and diluted with Libra.
So would you? I mean, in a way, the Sun in Libra it weakens the will, because the will give way to no pun intended, because his name's Will, but the will give way to the joint will of the group.
It's about sacrifice, really. It's sacrificing the ego.
See, although it's been in exoteric astrology, Libra is ruled by Venus, also Taurus is ruled by Venus. The difference between Libra and Taurus is that Taurus is concerned with the material. Libra is concerned with the connection of that material and that physical with something higher.
Yes.
So there's always that divine kind of bridge work going on with Libra, where it wants to liaise with something else.
Bridge is a good word for Libra.
Bridge is a good word for Libra.
We've often seen Sun in Libra people becoming ambassadorial.
Yes, they're very into liaising, network, and like you say, ambassadorship of things. And now I think that Will Smith is becoming an ambassador for Hollywood and the film industry. In some sense. I think that the next thing he has to do, if he's not already done it, is produce or offer ideas of what kind of things can be produced rather than some of the nonsense. I mean, some of the stuff they put out is good, but a lot of the good film stuff is produced out of Hollywood, and everybody knows that. In small independent companies.
It won't surprise me if you hear Will refer to getting back to basics, which is those planets in Virgo related to Sun in Libra.
And the revolution as well of Pluto-Uranus, because Uranus is very much about media and film and transmission and transformation. And with the Jupiter there, it means there's already a God-given aid or support to what that mission will mean to him. So he can do it quite easily, where other people might struggle. So the ambassadorship of being both actor and writer and delegate or liaison or whatever will come very naturally to him.
And Sun in Libra related to Moon in Scorpio would be about equality issues or protests for women's rights and equality. emergency medical supplies, Red Cross, War Child, Amnesty International, that type of ambience.
Yes, because what I want to say is Libra and Scorpio, when they're figured quite highly, and they are via the sun and the moon, there's always that element of treachery and betrayal with Libra and Scorpio. So there's a Libra-Scorpio axis here with the sun and the moon. So what we see is either past life or childhood or something, memory of that treachery and betrayal, spurring on the need to right wrongs from that.
Yes.
The need to address or redress the damage of that treachery and betrayal.
Yeah, building bridges.
Yes,
Yeah.
Building bridges away from essentially what isn't right to what can be called advancement or progress.
Absolutely.
So this is a short summary of the chart of will, because we by no means go into depth in anybody's chart in these pods. But if you would like your own chart analysing, then please visit perceptivity.co.uk and we will certainly be able to...
or Peter Wakefield LinkedIn.
Yes, and we will certainly be able to attempt at least to get back to you and help you. So thank you. Join us next time.
Thank you.
On our Celebrity Pod series.